This is an intro to Inventor. We're going to come over and start with a new standard part.ipt is the part extension, and we're going to use inches. Double click on that. Here's the opening screen. In general, the way you create an object in Inventor is you first create a two-dimensional sketch, then you extrude it. So come up and right-click, new sketch. We're going to work on the XY plane because the XY plane corresponds to the front view. XY plane front view. Click on that to show that we're starting it. That's where we're starting. Create a rectangle, and I'll just arbitrarily left click, and we can see that we created a rectangle. We show the parallel and perpendicular constraints. Now we're going to right click, dimension it. So let's make this a 4-inch, and I lost it, so this button is zoomed to the extents, so we'll make it 4 inches. Left click, let's make it 2 inches. So there's our two-dimensional constraint. Our sketch. So right click, finish sketch. And let's look at there it is in constraints, so it's a 4x2. Now to create a 3D object, we extrude it. Extrude, it wants to know, well, we don't have any choice, the feature to extrude, and or the sketch to extrude. It defaults to go out to the left. We're going to put it back to the right, so I'm going to use this button up here that way, and let's make it 4 inches. Come down here, 4. Right click, OK. So now we have a 3-dimensional object. We can view its front, right, top, and then the isometric view is the home. Now let's put a slot into the top of this. So the way we'll do that is we'll right click, new sketch. Where do we want the sketch? We want it on the front face. Now that we have that, I said we're going to put in a slot, so we'll make it with a rectangle. So I'll arbitrarily put in a rectangle. Now I'll right click, and let's dimension. Now we need to dimension this rectangle. So if you think about it, we need a number of dimensions. We need to know where it's located with respect to the right edge, with respect to the left edge, and then its depth from top down to the bottom of the slot. What we don't care about is the overall height of this rectangle, and you'll see why in a bit. So right click, dimension. So let's make the distance from left click to left click. Let's make that 1. And from left click to left click, let's make that 1. So we've got the thing centered. Now if we put the overall width, and we try to put in the overall width, and it tells us that we're over constraining the sketch, and that's good to know. And it's correct, because we said that this was 4 inches width. We used one, so this must be 2. We could dimension the height, but we don't care. I'm sorry. Let's dimension the depth of it. So from the top down to here, so I left and left, and let's make it 0.5 deep. And we could dimension this overall height of the rectangle, but it doesn't matter. All right, left click, finish sketch. There it is. Now to create the slot, we're going to extrude. So right click, extrude. The profile we're going to extrude is this rectangle. And are we going to come out with it, or are we going to go in? We're going to change the direction again. We're going to go in, and we're going to, and that will cut. So if we say OK, there it is. We put that in. A quick look at how we created this. If you go back to your part tree here, we started off in the origin, then we had a sketch. That's the overall rectangular sketch, and we extruded that. And then the next thing we did is we created a second sketch, and we extruded that. If we want to make a change, so we can come in, select the sketch, right click, edit sketch. So for instance, we could change this. I double clicked. We could change this to 1.5 inches. So we made the slot narrower. Right click, finish sketch, and you can see that the extrusion followed suit. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.